At the turn of the century, the music industry hit a wall. Consumers suddenly had high-speed internet, and their demand for digital convenience immediately outpaced the rigid physical distribution of CDs. Millions of people turned to digital piracy networks like Napster because legacy record labels failed to provide a digital product that matched the speed and ease of illegal file sharing. Enter Daniel Ek. His thesis was simple but counterintuitive. You cannot defeat piracy with lawsuits. The only way to stop millions of people from downloading stolen MP3s is to offer a legal alternative that provides a significantly superior, frictionless user experience. The entire crisis was a problem of friction. Solving it required divorcing the concept of music access from music ownership. Executing this vision meant convincing terrified legacy record executives to hand over the digital rights to their entire historical catalogs to an unproven tech startup. To lower the perceived risk, the company launched its initial beta test exclusively in Sweden. It served as a tightly controlled sandbox to prove the economics of a radical new concept before rolling it out globally. Here, a funnel flowchart maps out the freemium model they pitched. An open, ad-supported tier pulls in millions of users at the top. Eventually, the friction of commercial interruptions pushes a percentage of those users down to the bottom of the funnel, paying for an ad-free premium subscription. The comparison shifts to a line graph. Traditional physical album sales create sharp, decaying spikes of cash. A subscription model, however, generates flat, continuous revenue. It turns unpredictable hits into a predictable monthly cash flow. The industry agreed to trade the high $15 margin of a single CD sale for the massive scale of $10 recurring microtransactions. Giving users instant access to 50 million tracks created an entirely new psychological hurdle. When a consumer can listen to absolutely anything, they often struggle to choose anything at all. To solve this paradox of choice, the platform shifted the primary unit of consumption away from the traditional album and toward contextual, mood-based playlists. This network map shows how they automate that curation. It uses a system called collaborative filtering. By connecting you to hundreds of users with similar listening histories, the algorithm can accurately predict which new track you will want to hear next, based entirely on what your behavioral matches are already playing. This creates a continuous data loop. Every song you finish trains the algorithm to be slightly more accurate. The longer you use the service, the better it understands your taste, making the product incredibly hard to abandon for a competitor. Spotify sells the proprietary recommendation engine itself, using the music library as the raw material for its curation service. Despite exponential global user growth, achieving corporate profitability remains a severe ongoing struggle. This pie chart details the payout of a single stream. While artists receive a fraction of a penny, the vast majority of Spotify's gross revenue is funneled directly back to the record labels. Simultaneously, massive tech competitors entered the space. Companies like Apple and Amazon do not need their streaming services to turn a profit. They use music as a loss leader to sell iPhones and Prime memberships. Dominating pure music distribution is a low-margin trap. To survive, the company urgently needed to find something else to sell. Management executed an aggressive strategic pivot. They expanded the ecosystem far beyond licensed music in an attempt to drastically improve their profit margins. They spent hundreds of millions of dollars acquiring podcast networks and exclusive hosting platforms. Owning spoken word content outright means they keep the ad revenue without paying traditional per-stream royalties to record labels. They quickly followed this by integrating audiobooks and building direct monetization tools to capture the broader creator economy. Consolidating all these formats under one subscription placed the platform at the center of the professional audio market, from music to spoken word. Now, an incoming wave of artificial intelligence threatens to further automate audio generation, capable of spinning up synthetic hosts and endlessly generating ambient music on the fly. We went from hoarding racks of physical plastic discs to a completely digital, access-driven reality in under 2 decades. Consumers adopted a profound psychological shift. We abandoned the concept of collecting media, choosing instead to perpetually lease the right to press play. The legal battles against piracy stabilized the recording industry's balance sheets, but ultimately it permanently rewired the human behavioral loop of audio consumption.